So can you speak a little bit to your habits that you do on a daily basis that generate the most short sale escalation rates in the country? You're not in an impacted market as much as in an empire, but yet you sell the neighborhood. So can you speak to that?
The habits?
You're having golf on a basis.
You can hit a golf ball a country mile, I can tell you that.
Yeah, in terms of your targeting, the way that you're targeting your people.
Yeah. What's that? Yeah, well, I would say it started when I got into the industry because I felt kind of inferior not knowing anything about title. So it motivated me to just want to be successful and move up the top. I think a lot of it's time management. I played sports in college and took full units and practiced 50 hours a week, so I think that was part of it. But I can tell you what, my days changed a lot in the last couple of years. You know, it used to be you go around and hit 10, 20 offices, you get stuck in a Century 21 for an hour. We're finding is a lot of the producing agents are not in the office, and you kind of have to work differently. And I find that in the morning, I'm spending an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes at home every morning, go get a coffee, and I'm banging out 50, 70 emails, leaving 15, 20 voicemails, trying to get a lot of that stuff done. And then I'm trying to have 2 or 3 appointments a day to be out in the field. And I think the key to this business, you talked earlier about what's the, be open and transparent with what we're doing. I think the single most effective thing so people can increase their business is you have to answer the question, why should I work with you? And you have to be able to differentiate yourself, objection handle to, I use ABC company for 10 years, and you need to be able to deliver value, objection handle, and differentiate yourself. And probably the most successful thing I've done is I almost waste 0 time saying, you need to switch your title business because look at my property profile. I got this app for my iPhone. Myself and another rep in LA, we sat down and we're like, what are all the things we do that's not specifically a product? And we came up with this slide, if you will. We don't email this out. It's all just little, everything's compliant, this and that. But when I go sit with a client, I say, listen, I know you're a busy guy. I just want 5 minutes of your time. And the key question I ask somebody is your business getting the attention to detail it deserves? And they might think...
Sorry, hold it, stop. What a great, write that down. That's your qualified question. Is your business getting the detail that it deserves? This is what I know about us. We have great clients. We're probably not giving them that. So the competition definitely isn't. Right? Okay, good.
Right. So I sit down, and a lot of times they might think the answer is, yeah, so I've been using ABC Title Company for 10 years. My rep's great, this and that. But I try and say, well, this is our approach. This is how I work. This is what we do differently. And let me just outline a couple things that we do. And my whole thought process of that is to try and get them to go, wow, I've been using this guy for 5 years. He doesn't do any of those things. And a few of the things that I'll do, just to mention, Steve talked about, I grade the prelims on purchases even when I'm not even doing the title. A lot of times the buyer's agents, at least in California, are neglected. The other thing I'll do for VIP clients or a top producer that's on the purchase side that's not using me for title, I'll pull a copy of the grant deed 3 days after it closes. We find in LA County it takes 4 to 6 weeks for the county to send the grant deed back to the client. So I'll pull it ahead of time, send it to the buyer's agent. Hey, why don't you send this to your clients if they see something in writing they're on title? Why don't you pass this to the person that moved out? They're probably going to need this deed for tax purposes. I created kind of a short sale watch list program where I monitor 8 or 10, 20 properties at a time for certain clients to see if any new NODs or notice of trustee sales.
You guys getting all these nuggets? Are you kidding me?
So I sit down and I have about 10 things and I say, this is what I do for my clients. This is why people work with me. And I'm hoping that 1 or 2 or 3 of those things are going to go, wow, that's a good idea. That can make me more efficient, save time and money. And the whole concept is to get them to think, gosh, I'm not getting that kind of attention to detail right now. And I'll even go to them. I'm not asking you to switch your business today, but these are what I do. And would you deem that some of these could be valuable and make you more successful? And most of the time they say yes. And I say, throw us one deal. And then, and my whole goal is to see that they can compare side to side what's going on. But to me, that's been the most effective thing, just sitting down and saying, this is what we do differently, being able to overcome objections on why they use other companies, and create a niche.